Today I am going to Japan and I am taking the long way round so that we can experience 24 hours in Qatar Airlines' Qsuite. So instead of taking a direct flight from DFW to Tokyo, we are actually taking a flight from DFW to Doha and then finally from Doha to Tokyo for a total flight time of about 24 hours. So I would say that the business class experience begins at the lounge, and the lounge that you have access to is going to depend on where your home airport is. So at DFW, you have access to the American Flagship Lounge, which I have reviewed before, so I am not going to review again. As a business class passenger, you do get priority check-in as well as boarding. There are quite a few business class seats, so there's still somewhat of a line, but it's much shorter compared to economy.
Good evening, welcome. How are you?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Diptyque towels, literally so nice. It's such a luxurious towel. That's juice.
Yeah, it's
All right, so we've had our welcome drink now, and let's get into the seat tour. As you can see, the seat is pretty spacious. We've got a lot of stuff on it at the moment, but next to the seat there is this little side ottoman-like thing. I had a lot of trouble getting stuff to open in my seat, and I had to get the flight attendant to show me how to open this, but in here you've got your barf bag, a bottle of water, and headphones, and there's also a little bit of storage space if you wanted to put anything in there.
So in terms of space, you have plenty of leg room. I'm short and my feet don't even touch the leg rest on this seat. So you've got plenty of space, especially if you're traveling with another person and you have this down. And then over here you have your remote control, which you can also pop out as well if you need to. And then some plugs, USB, a 2 to 3 prong, the headphone jack. I don't know what this USB is for, and then HDMI if you wanted to plug into this screen here, which is an awesome, very large screen. Down here you also have the table, which I had a lot of trouble pulling out earlier, and it's a pretty big table. Also plenty of storage space here if you need to put anything. So we have some time before takeoff, I believe, so let's go ahead and do a amenities kit unboxing. So it turns out that I have a different amenities kit compared to Steven. I have this white one and Steven has this black one, but we're gonna see if the contents are still the same. They should be. So in the bag we have a pair of black socks, a little Diptyque. This must be like a lotion set or something. There is lotion for the body, a lip balm, and a face cream. And lastly, there is a spray. And that's everything that's in this little Diptyque bag. Everything is Diptyque branded, which is actually really cool. I think there's actually also, there's also there's a sleeping mask in here and earplugs as well that come in this little bundle. Now, as for Steven's bag. It opens this way and it is indeed all of the same stuff. So you've got the package of lotions and stuff, socks, mask, and earplugs, and the spray. And in terms of other amenities, we have 2 pillows and what looks to be a very fluffy blanket. It's probably one of the nicer blankets that I've had on an airplane. Yes, it's definitely very soft. So looking forward to sleeping in this. They also did grab us PJs, so I got the size small, Steven got the size large, and I will be trying them on later when I'm ready to go to sleep.
For our meal service, there were several different options. We did order ahead online to ensure that we got the dinner entrees that we wanted, but they also had several options for breakfast as well as beverages for the flight. Prior to dinner service, they did come around and bring your drink as well as some nuts to snack on. Then for the actual meal, we had a scallop appetizer. The whole setup for the table definitely felt very luxurious with your own little candle, a personal bread basket, and some delicious looking butter and condiments. I don't usually like airplane bread, but the bread on Qatar Airways was actually pretty good and tasted like something that you might find at a restaurant.
For the main entree, I did in fact order lobster, so let's hope that I don't get food poisoning. Lobster is actually pretty good. It's a little bit salty for my taste, but honestly, the fact that we can even have lobster on a plane is a miracle in itself.
Now I've changed into my PJs and it is time for the bathroom tour. This bathroom is pretty spacious. There's actually a room in here for you to change. There's a little ledge shelf thing which I was able to put my stuff on while I was changing, and on the other side we've got a nice sink and mirror, and all the products in the bathroom are also Diptyque branded, including the hand soap and lotion and face mist. And on the door we actually have a full-length mirror so you can see the PJs. It's kind of like a jogger set, and that's pretty much the bathroom tour. Oh, and I totally missed this on the first pass and had to go back to the bathroom, but they do have toothbrushes and toothpaste located in the bathroom so that you can brush your teeth before you go to sleep.
Alright, it is time to go to sleep now. I was trying to hold out as long as I could because I'm trying to kind of get myself on a good schedule for when we get to Japan, but my laptop just isn't working, so I really don't have much to do right now. I think I'm just gonna go to sleep and sleep for, as long as I can reasonably, and then I'm gonna try and stay up as long as I can for the next flight. We left at like 11 p.m. so it's already like pretty late. It's probably almost 2:30 or 3 a.m. in the morning local time, so the fact that I've stayed up so late and haven't fallen asleep yet is honestly a feat. Steven is already sleeping next to me. They did come by and do turn down service, so they put this mattress pad on underneath and put a pillowcase over the pillow that they gave us, the bigger pillow. They also put like a piece of padding in between our two seats. It was kind of where the divider was, so that way, it's a little bit more like a double size bed rather than like, two singles. And so that's just like a really nice touch, and pretty much like one of the reasons why lots of people like Qsuites is because you have the ability to be in a private area with the people that you're traveling with. So anyways, I am gonna go to sleep now and see how long I'm able to sleep for.
The flight was pretty bumpy, so I did have some trouble falling asleep, but I was able to get a few hours in regardless. And then since the second meal service was about 2 to 3 hours before landing, we woke up to have some breakfast.
Got a whole breakfast set up here, some Danish breads and butter and jam. Here we have some Greek yogurt, and then this is a peach and coconut milk smoothie. For our main course, we have a chocolate waffle.
I thoroughly enjoyed my breakfast. Everything tasted really good, and then I also enjoyed some reading for the short remainder of our flight before landing in Doha. So Qatar Airlines services several business class lounges in the Doha airport, including the Al Safwa First Lounge, Al Marjan Business Lounge, and the Platinum, Gold, and Silver lounges, and also the Arrivals Lounge if Doha is your final destination. The only people that have access to the Al Safwa First Lounge are those who have booked first class tickets on Qatar. So as business class passengers on Qatar, we do have access to the Al Marjan Business Lounge. Meanwhile, the Platinum, Gold, and Silver lounges are for those who have Qatar Airlines or One World status. So today we mostly explored the Al Marjan Business Class Lounge, and we are also here in the LV Lounge as well.
Here's the shower. It's so quiet in here, but there's space for you to put your stuff. And then there's a sink. Everything here is Diptyque branded. Very nice bathroom. And then over here is a shower. There's also a hair dryer here if you need it.
We got a couple bites to eat at the Al Marjan Lounge. They have a menu as well as some buffet-style appetizers and desserts. And since it was my birthday, we stopped by the LV Lounge for some cake and coffee. So the LV Lounge, it's kind of a part of the Al Marjan Lounge, but you do have to pay for the LV Lounge. It's not complimentary. So the cakes and the coffee that we got, we did have to pay for, and it is a little bit pricey, but I feel like you're just paying for the LV brand and to be able to like take pictures of the LV branded foods. Cheers.
That's a cappuccino, right?
Mmm.
Do you taste the Spanishness?
No, but I taste the sugar and the cream that they put.
Oh.
That's a good coffee.
Better be a good coffee.
It's a small coffee, but it's a good coffee. Oh.
What is it?
Like a mousse.
Yeah.
We decided to book the window seats on this leg of the trip. The seat is pretty much the same as if you book the middle seats, just the configuration might be slightly different. I still have a good amount of leg room and it does feel pretty similar to the previous seats, but the ottoman is on the side opposite of the door this time. It actually seems to be a little bit larger than the previous one and there is more usable space for you to store things in, but you have your same water bottle, headphones, and barf bag in here. For my welcome drink this time, I ended up picking the signature mint and lemon tea. Cheers. It's actually really refreshing. So while we're still boarding and I still have some light, I thought I might as well just go ahead and go through the amenities kits. So I'm pretty sure that they contain the same things, but slightly different packaging this time. I got this white one and Steven had this black one, which is a little bit different, but I'm pretty sure the inside is still the same. All right. So in this amenities kit, we have the sock bundle with the eye mask and the earplugs. We also have the natural spray again, and this little packet, which of course contains the body lotion, the lip balm, and the face cream. And that's pretty much everything in this bag. I'm not gonna open Steven's for him, but I'm pretty sure that this one also has the same thing. So on this leg of the flight, my goal was to stay up as long as possible and also try to get some work done. Both flights we were on were equipped with Starlink, but I found that the Wi-Fi on this second flight was a little spotty, I think mostly when we were flying over Russia. And after the Wi-Fi stopped working, I decided to order my dinner. Again, we have a variety of different options to choose from for the late night meal as well as the breakfast and beverages. I pre-ordered the seafood dim sum online beforehand. I'm actually really excited about this dim sum. It smells so good. The shrimp is a little fishy, but it's still pretty good. The flavor is good. And just the fact that I can have dim sum on a plane is also impressive. Our post-dinner activities include watching YouTube videos, reading, and trying to get some work done for a few hours. I'm giving in. I am getting a little sleepy, so I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap. I am going to set a alarm on my phone for an hour because I don't want to mess up my sleep schedule too much and make it to where like I can't go to sleep tonight. So they just started serving breakfast as the turbulence was kind of starting. So I apologize for the shaky camera, but we do have another Greek yogurt because the one that I had on the other flight was so good. I wanted another one as well as another smoothie. So this one is a different flavor. I believe that it is the mango, coconut, and passion fruit smoothie. Very mango and passion fruity. It tastes great. For our main breakfast course, we have some stir-fry noodles with some shrimp wonton. This actually smells so good and I cannot wait to try it. This is so good. It's not like typical breakfast food, but it looked really good on the menu and I'm glad that I got it. It tastes pretty good. Also, with the whole time change and everything, this is kind of more so like a lunch or like a dinner probably, because it'll be evening by the time we land in about like 2 hours. And that brings us to our final segment, the report card. So in terms of lounge, I'm going to give it an A because the lounge in Doha was actually really nice. It was so luxurious. I love that they have showers. All their showers had the Diptyque products and it felt like you were in a luxurious hotel and not like you were like at a lounge. It did start to get a little crowded by the end of it. I think a lot of flights had come in around the same time. There was a lot of people there and there wasn't a whole ton of seatings, but that didn't affect us too much just based off of when we were leaving. But I feel like that can be a little bit of a deal breaker if you like don't have a seat to sit in at the lounge. In terms of seat comfortability, I would say that this ranks an A+. I was able to get a couple hours of sleep on here and I didn't find any discomfort whatsoever in the seats. There's plenty of room to, like wiggle around if you need to. And I felt very comfortable. As far as the entertainment system goes, you do have a 21.5-inch screen, I believe, and it's quite large. There's a good selection of movies and TV shows, but they also do have Starlink on select flights. Let's go ahead and test the Wi-Fi speed. All right, so it was 107. I think it's fair. It was a little bit slower on this flight compared to the previous flight, but it is really nice to have Wi-Fi available on the flight. So I'm giving it an A in that category as well. As far as privacy goes, there is a ton of privacy because of the Qsuites with the sliding doors. You basically have your own cubicle, and I feel like the walls kind of go up high enough to where it gives you a really good sense of privacy, and your neighbors aren't just like gonna be able to look over and see what's going on in your little cubicle. So I'm giving that an A too. As far as storage goes, I mainly use this little, what is it called, a chest or something to store all of my stuff, both on the previous flight and this flight. So one major plus that not a lot of business class seats have is like basically an extra seat where you can like store things or like put things on. So I give it an A as well. The food, also an A. I think it was good. Some of the things weren't like perfectly to my liking, but they were good nevertheless. And the pastries honestly shocked me a little bit. I feel like all the pastries that I tried were so good. Oh my gosh, the croissant, just like you could see all the flaky layers. I was so surprised to see that for like an airplane croissant. Like that was just like blew my mind. Service was an A as well. The flight attendants were attentive, didn't have really any issues, like may have required a reminder too about, I wanted dinner a little bit later, but that's totally fine. There's a lot of passengers that they need to be taken care of. Sometimes it can be easy to forget things. As far as amenities go, I am going to give an A+. I think the Diptyque products really won me over. Not every airline uses high-end luxurious products and are consistent with it across the board. So not only was the amenities kit Diptyque, but the products in the bathroom were also Diptyque, and also the products at the lounge and the shower there as well. And so I think that was really nice. On top of that, they also do give you pajamas and slippers that you can keep. So I think that overall it definitely deserves an A+. As for the bathroom, also going to give it an A. I think that it is slightly bigger in the business class. There are like some bathrooms that are a little bit larger and then some that are a little bit smaller, but I think that it's nice to have a little bit more room, especially when you're changing into pajamas. They also do have toothbrushes and toothpaste in the bathroom, so if you wanted to brush your teeth and like freshen up So you could totally do that. So overall, that brings Qatar Airlines business class to a A rating. I think that it does live up to the expectation that it is one of the world's best business classes, and I definitely enjoy my 24 hours in Qsuites. So lastly, in terms of pricing, this is a question that I always get. We used our American Express membership rewards points, which we transferred to British Airways Avios and then booked through British Airways. So we were able to find a deal for 50,000 points per leg per person. So it came out to a grand total of 200,000 points for our flights today. And then we paid about $320 per person in fees. So it does sound like a lot of points, but if you compare this to the cash price, it is almost $9,000. So I think that honestly, it's a pretty good deal. It comes out to about 8.6 cents per point, which is a pretty good value if that's what you're going for. So let me know down in the comments below whether or not you think that this flight is worth it. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.